Good morning. Oh, not real life. Being in on encroaching the camera. Happy Saturday morning. I've been out of the habit of popping in on Saturday mornings with you guys. Now that I'm taking some additional coursework and stuff, I'm just trying to, I'll be working. So I have to, I gotta remind myself to take time. Um, I have hell of Aquarius, and I got a lot of air and fire, and so your girl, I like to work. I like to be doing things and being my purpose and studying, doing all the things, but I gotta rest a little bit too, because we all know the dress the candle with me. We all know it's just been themes of massive slowdown, of massive rest, of like, look, you absolutely have to. Pluto and Aquarius do not rebuild out of alignment. Because the shit's going to get knocked down. And it's because your higher self, you know what I mean? Your ancestors, your team and higher self, your spirit team, all this we talk about. Always over here, we're working with intentions that are serving the highest and best good, right? And harming none. I'm dressing, this is my little baby candle flame. You guys know I couldn't find the jumbo tea lights that I like. I have not made time to pour my own. So I have these little just handy dandy, let's grab it. I'm not the biggest fan of soy wax. I'm telling you, if you're like a candle lover, if you make candles, or if you just love to burn candles, this is my incubation powder, by the way. I keep it with me. It's kind of like a white salt, and the base is certain salts. I love Celtic sea salts. I love Himalayan sea salts. I love a good quality. I'm telling you, you can do heavy work. You can do heavy energetic work with some good quality salts now. I guess we're just going to have a little teaching opener Saturday, right? But look, what I do, I'll tell you real quick, and you can do it with a votive, a tea light. You have a little bit of oils. You can literally dress a votive. You can do a birthday, you know what I'm saying? But my favorite is just a tea light. It's the easiest thing to do. We love to make a magical or a spiritual hygiene routine super easy. Because, child, that means you're going to actually do it. So if you have your little tea light, I keep these handy. Yes, I do make candles. Yes, I know. You should be like, why don't you have a night? Because I'm not going to have that burning over here. I keep that at my altar space. I have been called, though, to go back over there. Maybe tomorrow we'll check in. I've been doing, like, longer ritual works and candle burnings. I recently did a group collective in one of my teaching and sharing and creative networks. We did a collective like abundance and prosperity ritual, and I did this candle where you put all the names you do. It was the whole nine. It was really nice. I think I shared part of that candle burning on here with you guys. Excuse me, but it's complete. It went all the way throughout Beltane. It is complete, so I kind of did my cleanup work and all the things that I do after that's complete. So yay, watch our abundance and prosperity come in. Okay. I'm about to look up hand mudras because my hand keeps wanting to make. Y'all look, I'm so sorry. Still stay bumping the camera. I'm so glad y'all still hang out with me. I appreciate you, especially too, if you like and subscribe because you want to know when I upload videos, or you just want to give me energetic support and alignment with you so that we can share in a space that's more aligned with what you need to receive and your spirit team, your ancestors, your team and higher self. You know what I mean? We can get in alignment. We can get clear, get in alignment together. And that way when I tap in, it's free. I'm not over here trying to crazy monetize nothing. You know how I feel about that. I'm just chilling. I love when we educate together. Where is a good hand mudra chart? Child, look. These are so little. Oh, what is that? That looks like what my hand wants to do right there. I have never went big into mudras except if I need to look one up, because if I'm meditating and my hands want to go in a position, I'll look it up. What is this one called? I keep wanting to do this thing with my hands, and if you energetically pay attention to what your body does sometimes, you can actually receive a message from that. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's more pure than the spelling of your mouth. Is I kind of hear it like this. I swear I just saw it. Where did I just see it? It started with a U. Oh, I wish y'all, I wish y'all could see how little this is. How am I supposed to read that? Maybe it's on this one, which is a little bit bigger. Okay, I can read it a little bit. But okay, so it has Jupiter associated. Okay, Jupiter, not us talking about prosperity. In my hand doing the Jupiter. So it's called, let's type it in and be more specific. So maybe you guys are working with abundance and prosperity rituals. It's called the active. Oh, I mean, it's one of the more common ones. Yeah. The Gyan, Gyan, wisdom, connect the tip of the, yeah, okay, we see how we're doing it. The supreme soul. So you're connecting the individual soul, your Jupiter finger, right? With your supreme soul. Oh, okay. So hear me out. The way that it's described. What? Okay, hold on. This is real. Now I need my notepad. This is related to the fire element. And I've been reading about the fire trine energy. The fire energy has been coming through really strong, which makes sense because we do have Venus completing her beautiful time in Aries. Mercury literally just left Aries and shifted into Taurus today. But I was thinking about a fire trine that's coming up. That's so wild. That's so crazy because, like, how would you, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Let's write down because it's coming through. You can look it up. Wow, I'm going to share with you a side story too. This is crazy. This takes me back to, let's write down, child, because you know I will forget. Gyan Mudra. I'm going to title this, we'll see. I think I'm going to call it Mercury in Taurus, because literally Mercury just moved today, and I think it's a huge step in our embodiment process this year and our Virgo work. I also think that this is in preparation for the full moon in Scorpio coming up, because that full moon in Scorpio, I really feel, takes us back to the closure of our cycle that we worked through when the nodes were in Taurus and Scorpio. So it's really huge. Excuse me. It reinforces, Spirit is showing me a deck, so let me get it so I don't forget. It reinforces the theme of embodiment, of cycles of closure and release. I think we're really going to evolve in a huge way past the wounded shadow self, because we're doing that Scorpio work, right? It's going to be a deep, I don't know, I'm hearing almost like cathartic release. All right, let's write Gyan Mudra. It is, okay, so let's go back. It is the union of the individual soul finger, that's your Jupiter finger, with the supreme soul, okay? It's believed to enhance intelligence, creativity, and intuition by activating the third eye chakra and aligning with the planet Jupiter. What? This makes me think of like you're trying, okay, it's embodiment. That's what I'm literally about to describe. You're bringing something down. Jupiter is wanting to bless you with this expanded wisdom so that you can make it prosperous in your own way. I hear it like this. Okay, wow. So perhaps maybe if you check out, if this zings, if this is pinging for you, and maybe lately you feel like you want to just kind of really sharpen your focus on something. And we've talked about this before because of the level of embodiment that we're bringing in this Taurus season. It's really big. I don't want you to miss this. what I was going to share though is in my apprenticeship we did this exercise where we sat in meditation. Let me write this down real quick. Planet Jupiter. We sat in meditation, and this is when I was just a little baby, a little baby witch, a little baby spiritual thing, shedding all my false belief systems, awakening and shit. Aww. Shout out to her. You ever see those reels or those memes, and it's like thanking all the versions of your past self? Ooh, she was such a brave version of me. I am still brave, and I claim that, but man, oh man, it was really tough being raised in the Southern Bible Belt. Child, y'all know what's up down here in the Southeast. If I could have been born on the pew, that would have been preferable. You know how it is. Hellfire and brimstone and holiness. Okay, so it was bravery. Just thinking back to my awakening, what year would that have been? Maybe that's significant for someone. The year of, honestly, it was this time frame between 2012 to 2014. So maybe that is significant. Get in there. Yeah. Get some Palo Santo in there. Let me tell you as a side note, I made smudge pops to put in my packages, and I only made 2. And I will never make something that I haven't tried myself and send it to you. Like, I'm very PUC. Child, I'm so picky about this soy wax. I can't stand it. Burn beeswax organic anytime you can. And if you can get it local so you can support your local bees. It's just the cleanest burn there is. I'm so annoyed by it. But it's okay. Love and light. We're going to make the best of what we have because that's what we do. It's what creative and grateful people who are intelligent do. They will take something and just, they will make the best of it in a hot minute. Okay, listen. So in the beginning of the apprenticeship, what I'm saying is there was nothing reprogrammed in my mind at that time. Of course, if I sat down and asked for hand symbols and meditation and followed my team and higher self and my spirit gang, they'd be very different now because my experience now is so different. But at the time, I remember this symbol was coming to me. And the idea was to play with the thought patterns of the fact that you co-create your reality. Yes, this is what our teacher, I'm telling you, my teacher was on it, y'all. She does, I don't think she does, I don't know. Anyway, I've had people ask me, tell me more about your teacher. No. She has a whole different life now, and that's not my place. But I can definitely tell you, okay, Spirit, I can definitely tell you books that we read and stuff, perhaps you'll be guided. I think it's best to come upon your own teachers, but that's a conversation in another day. I think in the age of Aquarius, we should be doing a lot of self-apprenticing. And yeah, that's a video for another day because there's a lot of shadow elements that are going to be going on and people are going to try to keep the Piscean, let me save you vibes alive. So we need to be real careful about saying, that's my spiritual guru. Child, I know you better be your own. Look, if you have a teacher, your teacher needs to be like, I'm teaching you how to da-da-da yourself. Yeah. Or I'm providing you the material. Let's study it together. Something like this. So yeah, anyway, this just takes me back to, I had no idea about like mudras and everything at the time, but I was programming we were practicing program meditations. Ooh, if you don't know, you start programming symbols and then using them in your reality to show your mind that you are co-creating your own reality. That shit'll fuck you up. Woo! If you're not ready, I think a very simple way is to just start learning mudras if they resonate with you and meditate with them. But please know what shit means before you just sit down and do it, child. Age of Aquarius too. Look, don't blame nobody. Look, you got the whole ass internet out there. You can use critical thinking skills and educate yourself. Or you can ask, hey, does anyone know about a great book? There's no excuse. Understand what you're doing before you sit down and do it. Or hey, or else, that'll be your karma. Ding. Okay, it's like a commercial now. You knew better. Okay, and if you didn't, you could have educated yourself. Pluto and Aquarius. This is so funny. The age of Aquarius will teach you, though. Oh, you don't live in an aeon where you can claim you didn't know anymore. I'm so sorry. I don't think that's going to fly here because you have a resource that almost everyone has access to. And even if you don't carry it in your hand, you could probably even go to a public library if you found transportation to go educate yourself on a topic or check out a book or purchase something maybe for your Kindle, even if you don't have a price bracket of affording books. Look, we could go on around about it all day, child. Don't sit here and debate an Aquarius stellium, my friend, because love and light, I will teach you that you can teach yourself. We ain't playing that. Don't you look, 2025, who can be like, I didn't know, unless you are a child. I bet even a child these days will be like, why didn't you Google it? And look, I'm not saying Google is the end all be all. I vehemently believe otherwise, but that's a starting point. And then you can use your own critical thinking skills that you're responsible for developing to fact check yourself, to ask yourself if it's a good source, and then to also connect with your higher self and your intuition and follow that as well. So, hey, yeah, I know, crazy, right? North Node and Pisces, we're literally connected to our own Wi-Fi at all times, and we can be like, this person teaching me this on YouTube gives me a nasty feeling in my tummy. Maybe I should listen to that. And then you go Google about that person, or you read something and you're like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how that process works. Gyan, Mudra, planet Jupiter. Maybe, once again, you feel 16 minutes in, I don't know, the hand mudra wanted to come through. I literally felt like I kept holding it up. And I was like, wait, what am I doing? And I don't know, here we are. So perhaps meditation, again, enhancing your focus. We have been talking about this Taurus season. This Taurus season is very big for multiple reasons, okay? As we work up to the full moon in Scorpio, and then before we know it, we'll be in Gemini season. Boom, bop, bam. You know what I'm saying? Saturn will be moving into Aries. Hello. And then after Gemini season, we'll be in the summer. And before you know it, again, Uranus will move into Gemini, which is also a huge shift for the summer. So yeah, you know what? That actually makes sense. We need to improve our mental clarity. And by aligning with Jupiter, hello, Jupiter's in Gemini. Okay, so you know what? Let's write these energies down. Make note, Uranus is not in Gemini yet. We are finishing out the Taurus vibes. Uranus in Gemini is coming through if you feel led and guided to read about that. Also, Jupiter in Gemini until the end of May. Or going into June, I think. Jupiter in Gemini. Wow. It actually really fucking makes sense that the Gyan Mudra is coming through. Because it's like... Obviously, it's really funny because if you think, oh, inner peace, you know what I'm saying? It's a coin image. You think they're putting their hands out. But think about what you're doing. Also, if you can with me, I'm going to put you on game on some sacred geometry, some higher end 4D shit, right? Love and light. Imagine, if you will, take these two fingers like you're about to pluck a tiny piece of string apart. Make the mudra, if you feel called to do this, okay? Free teaching lesson today, 101. Put it like you're pulling it apart, okay? Let your fingers touch, okay? Trust me, I'm not going to have you doing nothing crazy. If you don't feel called or if you want to research it more, do it in your own way. That's even more beautiful because you are following your own inner teacher. And that is always going to be of best service to your highest and best good. Okay, now that we got that clear, put your hands where your third eye would be. Pull them down, right? Imagine you're sitting in like a seated pose. Pull them down and rest your hands on the top of both knees. And what you want to do is imagine that you're pulling down the sides of a triangle. Now, when you come down to your knees, complete the triangle. Okay, because what you're doing is making a symbol and you're drawing the energy down and creating a container for it. Whoa! Now, but look, you're really going to blow that up when you imagine that you're filling that triangle with light and it's connected to your third eye and then your chakras that are involved further down. So what you're doing is focusing the light coming into your mind, okay? And then what you want to do is think about, what is it that I'm trying to recreate on this strong foundation? You know what I'm saying? So, boop, put you on today. Practice that if you feel called and led, and play with it. Because listen, we are all unique. And so the way that you're never going to go wrong with having strong visualization skills, because that's what really reprograms your mind. It helps your co-creative abilities and your manifestation. Okay. Child, I promise you, you visualizing all day. You're imagining and co-creating in your mind all day, but is it your story? Or is it someone else's? Pluto and Aquarius would love to wake you up to that, okay? So I love it. I love it. I want to remind you, wait, is there anything else? Okay, so now we understand why the planet Jupiter wants to come through to teach us about this mudra today, this hand position. Okay, it is alignment with Jupiter. It's alignment with Jupiter that is in Gemini right now. Okay, mental clarity, fearlessness, sharpening your mind through your third eye. This also, let me tell you this too. This will be very third eye activating. So if you do decide to play around with it and practice it, just if you can, do it in nature, or like when you get done, go outside and ground in nature. I always suggest that too when you're trying something new in meditation or ritual. Go outside and ground to the earth, and the earth will always take care of you. Terra Gaia, she'll pull down and filter anything that doesn't belong, and she'll help you with excess energy so you don't feel like drunk or hungover. Okay, so Gemini is definitely coming through. Another thing as well is that this Taurus season is so huge, and I really don't want you to miss that. Even as we work our way on towards Mercury's going to get back to, Mercury's been moving slower than we're used to. It's going to be fast paced before we know. Mercury's going to be like boop, boopity boop. And then Mercury's going to be in Gemini. But that's more of the normal pace of Mercury. It's been a little bit different because he hung back and hit that retrograde with Venus. So we're going to kind of feel that pace change, but Taurus season, I'm hearing a song, sorry. I'll be on this whole like, yeah, and the spirit will drop songs in my head. I'm hearing SZA, what is it? I'll be better on Saturn. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's literally called Saturn. She's singing about, there's got to be more. Life's better on Saturn. Got to be this pattern floating away. Anyway, she's just singing about, life is hard on this planet. Shit is crazy. Can we go to Saturn? It's a good song. Why is that coming through? Saturn and Pisces. Duh. Saturn, steady over there, tick-tocking through. Are we in the last degree finally today? Almost on that 29th degree. We got to wrap up the emotional maturity lessons. We got to pass. We got to walk. We got to graduate with those, y'all. We can't. We cannot regress. And listen, let me tell you this. Maybe Saturn wanted to come through for a minute and say, hold on. Because we're talking about now, we're moving forward. We've already moved forward. These are the foundations. This is Jupiter. Let's focus. Boom. Bring it down. Call it in. Okay. And that's great. But I think, hold on. Saturn, my spirit and team are bringing Saturn through. Saturn's like, but let me just remind you, you gotta walk with your diploma at the end of May, with the certificate, with the grade. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk the stage on your emotional maturity. And that's really big and it's really important, okay? Because we're fucking getting ready to start. Love and light, please understand. Please don't miss this. We're getting ready to walk into a brand new set of, 29 and a half. You might as well round it up and say a new set of 30 years. You know, somebody like me is looking like this is about to walk me out into the, second, third quarter, whatever quarter of my life. It's important. It's really important. And here is what I'm feeling it into. I'm feeling it like this, okay? This does not mean, well, like, wow, what the fuck? That's a lot of fucking pressure. I mean, yes, I know I'm divinely sovereign, but I'm having this human experience and it's really challenging, okay? It absolutely is. You're absolutely right. And I have a lot of compassion for that. Does it change that we incarnated to do the assignments? No, it does not. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. My co-ruler is Saturn, so I get like this sometimes. Yes, my other co-ruler is Uranus. So at the same time, I'll be like, let's burn it to the ground. But listen, Saturn's like, no, ma'am. It's stressful, y'all. I know. That's why Aquarius people, we go into our hermit modes and we just be like, I just need to not really people a lot for about a year and I'll be all right, you guys. And then I'll pop back out for 2 years. I'm going to be like, bam, bam, bam. Give me a hermit year. Not me talking about a hermit year in the middle of the hermit year. Okay. We all need that sometimes. It's okay. Here's what I'm saying though. At different cycles, we will be completing. This is like a college degree. You can only graduate at certain stages at certain times. So I'm saying where you find yourself, if you're practicing a path of self-awareness, if you understand cycles that are closing, you know what I mean? You've been on your healing journey. Like you're going to be like, I know what I'm closing out right now. And just likewise, you also will probably know what you're struggling with. You'll know what is, whoop, girl, I know that exam is coming. I knew I was going to do that. I know that exam is coming, and I know the part that I need to study a few more times because I've been struggling with it. We know. You know what I mean? You're going to know. See, it's the wicks, too. Ooh, it bugs me. I'm sorry. I say, stop talking about the damn candle. We know those things. You know what I mean? Don't play with me. I love you so much. And I don't want you to play with me because I don't want you to play with yourself. And I love you. That's why I tell you. You know what I mean? Y'all know Aquarius energy. Leo rising over here. Okay, I'm not going to fuck around with you. And it's because I love you. If I didn't care, we wouldn't be talking and you wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I roll. Even though I am a very compassionate and loving person. I feel like a loving person should be telling you the hardest things. You know what I mean? Ooh, child. I hope, Again, thank you so much if it resonates, if it aligns, if something activates, or maybe you just find encouragement, or if it's helpful, it's educating. I encourage you to click the like because, again, that's just energetic alignment. That just helps me tap into you as my soul family and collective. Also, when you like and subscribe, you circulate us on this platform and we can connect to other people who need to hear similar messages. Here's the thing is, even if you're not out here for monetization, the platform is important because, child, your soul family might be out here listening to somebody who's crazy. Karmic readers getting you wrapped up in the telenovela shit and having you repeating karmic loops and feeding off your energy. And that's just what it is in this 4D when people are awakening to their power, but they don't understand how to use it yet. And they got karmic cycles to go through. I hope they don't drag you back through them. Thank you, Spirit, for the card. Ooh, that's crazy. Sorry, I have not seen that card in so long. Wow. Whoa, not the two mothers. I'm about to, not the, listen. Earth Mother was on the bottom and the shaman was underneath. Listen, honor your inner knowing, feel loved and comforted, trust in higher forces. Whoa, the gods came through. Yes, look at the mothers coming out as we continue to reiterate. I have that tattooed on my arm. Yo, look at it. Yeah, there they are. Okay, let's go. Listen, we're going to be doing some hard, heavy lifting, okay? But in a beautiful way. When it's like, it's very important for us to be carrying a torch, which I feel is really being established in Taurus season. And this returns us all the way back to the point that I was talking about before. Okay, is that, oh, all the stones? Oh, they said Taurus season, this last season, let's fix the earth, put us on the board. Okay. It's so important because this came through the other day, going back to the portal of the nodes when the north nodes were in Taurus and the south node was in Scorpio. Very important work. It's also important because this is all about, again, embodiment, embodiment, embodiment. I will die on that hill. I will continue to repeat it. Embodiment is not always comfortable, but in the process of a hermit year and a year of the wood snake, I need you to understand, because you can get so fucking shadow spiritual, crazy, out your fucking top of your head, tower card, unchecked Mars in the crown energy on a shadow way real fucking quick. And it's like, wow, I went way like Jedi to Sith in a hot minute and I didn't even know it type vibes, okay, with Neptune and Aries. I need you to understand, and it's very important that you don't dissociate from reality in your own spirituality. Taurus season is reinforcing and re-encouraging so much embodiment, and it's empowered by, sorry, I was just thinking about all these new heart codes and this new awakening of the Venus cycles this year that we've been talking about. Hold on. Spirit said, don't get attitude with me, but you're right. Venus cycles renewed. So that if you resonate with that and you want to say, I want to know more about Venus cycles, let me go ahead and tell you, child, Venus cycles can be very complicated. So I'm just going to tell you now, okay? Because I love you. Be patient with yourself. Just take one Venus cycle at a time as it resonates with you and just say, where's Venus right now? And if you just walk with her through the years, it'll make more sense to you. And then you'll kind of start looking back and being like, oh shit, okay. So, because what we're embodying in is off of that reprogramming in the heart chakra, the portal, the stargates, where we receive the keys and the codes. Remember, we're driving the Merkaba now. We're driving it. We are driving it. There's no one to blame. There's no one to crucify. Love and light, with all due respect. There's no, you feel what I'm saying? You driving it. You got all the manuals too. You can't point to nobody else. Okay. So embodiment is very important. It's aided and strengthened by the Virgo rulership this year. The South Node, karmic Virgo work, the beautiful overlay of the Hermit card. You know, it's always a little bit of tarot astrology over here, y'all. Tarot astrology 101. We ain't doing telenovelas through the... I mean, look, sometimes it comes through. And I channel the message because Spirit says do it. That's probably because somebody just, oh shit, they needed that confirmation that day to get the fuck out of their head or to get out of a negative place or something. Because I've needed it before and I feel that. But I'm saying it's always going to be a little bit of tarot astrology because I'm going to put you on about what's really going on in the tarot. Okay? So embodiment is so important. It's important because it's in this Taurus season, specifically this year, you know, we have this interesting movement of Neptune and Aries going on, because what can happen is people about to get the fuck off the top of their heads. I'm telling you now, it's going to get very weirdly like, hey, let's return to this. I don't know, like a culty vibe. We kind of talked about this the other day though. An overload of Aries in an individual or a collective or a person or a system of beliefs, etc., leaders, whatever, can be just, you know, I'm hearing off with their heads. It's off with their heads, you know, like a crazy monarch who just is, you know, drunk off of some sort of culty spiritual notion that is not of the best service of the highest and best good. It's too much of that. It can be way too spiritual. You know what I mean? We gotta have grounding. It's also important because in this Taurus season, we have that big grand cross. Pluto and Aquarius opposing Mars and Leo. Sun and Taurus opposing Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio. Remember that whole "I'll be damned" that we were channeling and we were writing on the chart? I'll be damned if I ring the alarm. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Okay. We have to have embodiment, okay? Because you can have all these experiences. And I've had them. They're very important. Those moments are, but you don't live there. Respectfully, you don't. That's not why you came to have a human embodiment, and in this incarnation, in this experience, you got to bring it back down to the body, okay? Wood snake, Kundalini arising, opening, DNA, revolutionary things, the ascension of what it means to be human. Absolutely, you know I fuck with all that, but we have to bring it back down and embody it. We do, and it has to be in service of the collective and the highest and best good, okay? So Taurus season, again, is also important because of that big grand cross that happened in Taurus season. And because we're going to have a full moon in Scorpio in this powerful Taurus season, once again, I really encourage you to go back to, child, I'm going to write it down. You say, you just wrote it down the other, I don't know. Spirit is saying, I journaled about it myself and it was very impactful. So perhaps someone else wants to go back to the time period of, I'm going to write NN for North Node in Taurus, okay? And South Node in Scorpio. Spirit is saying, it's very important, supplementary homework, and I'm going to get you the date. Once again, what did we say? It started in 2022. It was from, because remember they last for 18 months. January 18th, 2022 until the axis of learning, that we don't appreciate what we have because we're afraid of what can go wrong, or we do not surrender because we're afraid of losing what's ours. Appreciating life, feeling worthy to receive, as opposed to a lack mindset or lack of self-worth, right? Or like trying to control things because of a lack mindset. Okay. I was just trying to sit back down into the energy. This is a really good article, by the way. Astro Butterfly, North Node in Taurus. Very good article. I'm trying to find the ending date, though. When did it end? I'll be better on Saturn. Dun, 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 dun. It's got to be more. Been here before. I'll be better on Saturday. Look, child, I'm just going to put until 2023. I can't find the exact date right now. But this gives you a starting point. You know what I'm saying? Also, please note, when we were, again, the connection here, when we were talking about Venus cycles, this was earlier, around Valentine's Day and February and stuff like that. We were talking about Venus cycles, and we kept referring back to a time frame where Venus completed a certain cycle in the fall, like August, September of 2023. Here's an interesting alignment, is that we had a North Node lunar eclipse in Taurus in October of 2023. So I'm going to write that date down as well, because someone may resonate with, oh, I know exactly what fucking happened in October, child, because I fucking do. Oh, Lord, I do. Woo, this time frame was big for me. January in 2022 is when I liquidated a lot of stuff in my life and started my little RV adventure journey. Well, it really didn't start until the spring, but a lot of things, the landslide will bring you down. That's when everything started coming down, but in the best of ways. I didn't know at the time. So, yeah. Woo. Okay. And this is all for closure. Spirit wants me to reiterate that this is not because we go back and dwell on these things. It's really not. It's for reflection of understanding so that the cycle can really lock into place. And perhaps, remember we were talking about the Gyan Mudra, perhaps in this third eye activation, in this mental clarity, in this sharpening of, I know now exactly why, even more so, that I have to withhold the boundary. I don't know why that's coming through. That I have to, because you have to, okay, Spirit is saying you have to have a good frame. Remember, we've been building through, here we go. We've been building through Taurus season. Taurus loves to be a builder. Hello, fixed earth. You know what I mean? About to hop on that, what do you call it, like a bulldozer, whatever I'm seeing. Oh my gosh, what is the song? What was his name? Blippy. How can I not remember it, y'all? Excavator. Anyway, Taurus loves to build, okay? It's fixed earth. It's a big, strong oak tree. We want to have that great garden. We want to have that beautiful, strong house. What do you need? A good fucking structure, a firm foundation. We're not building any houses on the sand. No, okay? That's what we're doing right now. So I think Saturn kind of interjected us here. I'm also hearing, Spirit is directing me that Pluto leads the board. Pluto is the major trump on the scene for 2 fucking decades. Anything you run past, any building plans, any visions, any whatever, you're going to have to check yourself. Check yourself before you riggedy. Okay. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? Because Pluto will wreck it. That's how I'm hearing it. I'm going to wreck it. What is that? Wreck it, Ralph? Pluto will wreck it. I think Mars and Leo is a beautiful energy. Once again, I told you when I was coming into this, it's fascinating. They associate this mudra with the energy of fire, with the element of fire. And it makes me think about the fire energy. We're going to have fire trine next week. I'm hearing May 22nd. I don't know what that's about. Spirit said maybe that's an important date for someone. Excuse me, but Neptune in Aries, obviously huge, right? Pluto in Aquarius still trumps. But hey, she does sit right by him like a beautiful, wise grandmother, a spiritual consort who advises him in this way. This is how I see Neptune and Pluto working together. I really do. Pluto's like head of the spiritual court, you shall not pass, very, very much. And a lot of people see Saturn that way, but Saturn is more of like a vizier compared to Pluto, okay? Pluto is like the all-father, like Odin, okay? Pluto will not let shit stand if you're not being authentic, if you haven't done the work. Like, don't bring me your homework. Don't bring me the drawing plans. Don't bring me the vision board. You know what I mean? If it's not authentic, if it's not legit, if you haven't done the homework, is it based in self-awareness? And this also leads me to think about how Pluto, Pluto rules Scorpio, and Scorpio is a big energy. Big energy right now. Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio to the end of the year. I'd encourage you to get to know your Black Moon Lilith placement. And your moon placements for that matter. But I digress. You can definitely book a reading with me at my website if you're interested, or just send me an email. Let's read the cards, though, now. I'm very curious. Medicine Mother, I have literally not pulled that card in forever. So wild to me, because I really love these cards. I use them a lot. What group would she be listed under them? Oh, she might be. Oh, there it is. Medicine Mother. I am blind as usual. Okay. Take action. Do what you need to do. I heard say what you need to say. Oh, you know what? That could be a vibe, though. It really could be. We got a lot of fixed energy on the board. We sure do. It's say what you need to say season. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that was confirmation for someone. Mother always knows best, they say, and it's true. We all know a maternal figure. Okay, maybe mother wound is coming through here. We all know a maternal figure who's extremely intuitive and insightful. And this medicine mother, inspired by West African tribal women, has gone through many ups and downs. She has lived and she has lost. She knows what it's like to suffer and want to give up. So the medicine woman of this card... So the medicine of this card is that it's okay to make mistakes and get it wrong sometimes. And it's okay for things to come to an end. That feels like a big part of this. A big part of this. I just keep seeing the Reno, you know? And it's almost this vibe of like, you got to go on ahead. Maybe this is the Reno in your mind. The Reno in your spiritual beliefs. The Reno in a relationship that is just like fucking hanging on the last fucking stilt of the last. And it's like, just knock the stilt. Just let that shit fall. Because we got to rebuild this house. Friend, love and light. We got to rebuild. We are not... we're not going to live in a house that's crumbling down begging for scraps. No, we're not. We're not doing it in the collective. We're not doing it in the community. We're not even doing it socially. It just takes time. I know you'd be like, yeah, but look at, okay, first of all, don't you point me to a lying-ass propaganda box. Love and light, okay? I'm going to need you to get up on your self-education game, all right? Be knowledgeable and be aware. Don't point me to that propaganda screen. It is what we are doing collectively. We are rebuilding. It's just an ugly time period where you got to put people in check. You got to do the due process to see if it works. It's a Reno time. That's all I can say. Okay. Cause I don't want to get too preachy, but that really resonated with me. You know, the medicine of the card is that it's okay to make mistakes. We get it wrong sometimes, but it's okay for things to come to an end. Okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just the end of one chapter and the beginning of something new. It's mental reframing there. It's mental reframing. Maybe if you're going through a tough end, because I am mentally and spiritually, I am in a lot of ways. I really am. But that's a part of embodiment. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance in embodiment, because when you come back down, you're back in the body, and then you've got all this new software running, love and light, right? The new light codes. That's what it is. It's unpacking. Remember, we kept talking about that Jupiter and Gemini when that first movement came through. We were saying it's like you're getting these packages through the new antennas, and they're unpacking. They're enacting with these seeds that are inside you that are going to make these beautiful blossoms, which will bring forth fruit. It's tough running new software. You're going to go up. These things are not compatible, right? Whoop, error message, not compatible. Did you unpack all the drivers, right? You know what I'm saying? That means you have to make room for the new beliefs, the new versions of you cannot be you. There's not room. You can't keep carrying your shadow trauma self. We need integration. We need transmutation. And that way the new programs can run. We need space in the mental. We need space for new relationships. There's so much newness that's going to be rebuilt. This is a part of the ascending timelines and the convergence and everything you hear everybody talking about. Yes. But you got to make space for it. You can't fucking build the new damn house. You can't even lay down the foundation. If you're going to hold on to that one little piece of timber, that thing, look, if you put on your new program and you run it and then you turn around and you look at that little shambly piece of timber wood, you're going to see it's so molded. You couldn't see it before though. This is what I'm tapped into. You couldn't see it before because you didn't have the right programs to see it. But now when you turn around and look, you're like, oh, all this has got to go. It's got to go. But you can reprogram and remind yourself that's just the end of a chapter. I'm starting something new. That's how you start. Maybe that's a mantra for someone. As I end every chapter in my life that is no longer of service to my highest and best good, I'm encouraged because this always makes room for new chapters. You know what I'm saying? Something like this. That's very powerful. Maybe you need to say that to yourself in sets of 3, like once a day, every day, if you're having a hard time. The Medicine Mother reminds you that even though you will have low lows, you aren't here to only suffer. You're here to also be supported and to support others. Let her give you the loving encouragement to take the next step forward. So maybe you could do a ritual of like getting a plant and saying, you know, it's symbolic of my new chapter. And when you water it, or something like involving earth, maybe you need to take nature walks to get grounded, to help you kind of reset your perspective to be more positive. Yeah. So much, obviously, lots of earth energy. There's an old pattern. Child, you can't make this shit up. Listen to this. There is an old pattern rising up in you now, and it's time to deal with it and release it for good. Spirit is good. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you know you need to take to move closer to where you'd like to be. You already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You may have been delaying tactics or holding back, but now you're being guided to take action, and action requires courage. Very Mars and Leo, right? Mars and Leo is here for us right now, okay? We can tap in and channel that fire energy. But your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Take just one step at a time, and when you do, the next one will always present itself to you. Yes! What a beautiful compliment. What a beautiful compliment to everything we're already discussing. Okay, Earth Mother. I swear I'll be trying so hard not to be blind. Okay. Oh, child. Okay, 35. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. Allow yourself to be cherished. This is giving very reset of the Venus cycles. Self-worth. This is what I deserve. This is what I deserve. I chose to embody this human incarnation on Earth. I chose this. And actually, I don't fucking believe that it's just a shit show. I don't believe that Earth is just ghetto. We need to stop because we're manifesting and spelling with our words, but child, I digress. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's full of potential, full of healing. We can rebuild so much. We have to program that though. Look at this. This Taurus was coming through to speak to us today. This Taurus energy, okay? There's something here too, if you go back and read about this portion in 2022, 2023 with North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio. It has to do with lack in what you feel you're worth, and how very shadow scorpionic energy is that you fucking play games of control and manipulation and lies and power. It has to do with debt, not just money debt. It does, but also debt, fucking energetic debts and stuff, okay? Because all those are being wiped clean. And when you stand just square with yourself on some embodiment, on some standing on business type of vibration, very Taurus, very Mars and Leo. Hello, very, very, very Black Moon Lilith. You know what I'm saying? The Grand Cross energy is still rippling out. It really still is. Stand on it. Make something new. But you got to believe that you can. You know what I mean? We ain't going to make nothing new by just... Child, by just hollering, the earth is... No, it's not. It's actually... That's like saying cell phone service is terrible. No, it's actually a great service. Maybe you just have a shitty carrier, right? All right now. All right. Listen. Allow yourself to be cherished. Earth Mother is protecting you with a shield of love and life. There's so much energy about going out into the earth. Earthing, grounding, nature walks. Maybe what is Mother's Day this weekend? Maybe you could get back with the OG mother and spend time with her. She's coming through real strong. Earth Mother is the female counterpart to Sky Father. It's auspicious to receive this card because in the eyes of Heart and Earth Mother, you are her child, and she is highly protective of her babies, and will give you everything you need to grow and expand. Earth Mother is the only covered by leaves in this card, showing the vulnerability of the earth. Every day she experiences challenges that she has to adapt to and overcome. Her energy, wow, how is this low-key turning into a Mother's Day message? But it's about Earth as our mother, but I fuck with that. I do. Oh, I like it. Treat yourself, treat the earth, okay, in good, wholesome, healthy ways that are great for your self-worth and your sensuality and your body and your human experience this weekend. That's coming through. I mean, it's Beltane season. It's Beltane season, right? Every day, okay, her energy represented by the symbol of the pagan triple goddess, Maiden, Mother, and Crone, and behind her can help you adapt as the changes of life come your way. You may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but now you're moving back to your natural center, and that will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. Yes. If you have felt ungrounded, know that the Earth Mother is here to root you. This makes me think, too, if you want to add this to your Mudra experience, if you decide to play around with that. Have you ever done, like the energy cord into the earth visualization? It's really commonly taught, and you basically, however you want to visualize, a rope, a cord. I don't advise people to do a chain. There's just a lot associated to that, and I don't feel comfortable, but you do as you will. But you basically, it's allows you to put that cord into the earth, and you can visualize your earth star chakra if you want to, but you're basically connecting with the earth to kind of purify, filter, cleanse, and ground your energy. That's a good thing to add if you practice that mudra thing we were talking about. If you have felt ungrounded, know that Earth Mother is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, absolutely, you are a child of light. And it's important you know that and feel loved. If you have had challenges with your mother or being, okay, mother's coming through. Or maybe you've had challenges with just being a mother yourself. Or maybe you're remothering yourself, right? We did have that massive long time period of Mars doing all this retrograde and this work in Cancer. So maybe that was a big thing that came up, reparenting the self so that you can realign with your divine will. And then when you take action this time, it's not going to be built on a bunch of wounds, you know? As much as you can at this point in your journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you need to be perfect. Well, I'm never going to be perfect. I won't build anything. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay. I love you though, okay? If you have had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself or remothering yourself, know that the energies of mother healing are with you to help clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making this sacred love connection with others or with self or with the earth. You are being guided to make choices that are based in love. Very beautiful. Honestly, I really just feel like it was so good in and of itself. Like, we don't really need to add tarot to this. I really don't feel. That was really beautiful. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to get us an angel number. Y'all know I love this deck so much. So I got all kind of stuff laying out here this morning. The angel number... Oracle, a 55 card deck and guidebook by the Pulp Girls. It is so great. I want to say Luna and Quartz is the website. They always have some very interesting, I love all my decks now. They always have some very interesting alt-indie, like unique decks. Ritual Planner, is it their website? Ritual spelled with a W. If you've never checked them out, I've used their journals for like 4 years, almost 5 years. They're great. Their website is great. I do subscribe to their website. It's wonderful. Shout out to Ritual. No, no one endorses me. I would probably let Ritual, though, because I actually use them so much and I think they're great. But listen, Ritual also has some really, where I think there's a tab and they always have different decks. And I always am fascinated by the ones that I find there. But yeah, Luna and Quartz. That's another great, interesting, like alternative, very indie, unique place to go check out decks if you're into that. Okay. If not, you can come over here. I'll always share mine. Thank you for being here. All right. What do we have? Oh, look at 5151 Optimism. How beautiful. How beautiful. 5151 Optimism. Interesting, because I've been seeing a lot of 555. I mean, one day. Okay. It's the last one. It is. Well, the infinity symbol, but look. You're on the right path. You gotta keep your head. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. That's what I'm hearing. Keep your chin up and stick with it. Stick with the positive way of thinking. Yes, that came through a lot. And we are about to go into, again, more amplification of Gemini territory, which is like mental reprogramming, mental body, your thinking, your learning. Okay, so yeah. However, your goals are, sorry, woo child. Ooh child. Your goals are within reach. However, there may be quite a few obstacles on the way. Staying optimistic and flexible with your options is the answer. Channeling positivity toward a desired goal, noticing possibilities in unexpected places, big changes, and future opportunities, breaking free of limiting beliefs. The reversed, or like the shadowed cautionary energy, is misconnections, a warning to keep your eyes open, times of uneasiness during transitions or fearing change. The affirmation says, I take action and I trust my instincts. Ooh, child. We about to write that down. I take action and I trust my instincts. Things are gonna get brighter. What is it? Something about walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. All right, y'all. That's what we have. I hope you guys have a really beautiful weekend. Maybe we'll check in with each other tomorrow. I'm not sure. We have a full moon coming up, so I have my full moon group of peoples that I read for. I may start that early tomorrow. I don't know. I normally like to really just be chilling on a Sunday. Yeah, so I hope in whatever way you experience it, you love on yourself. If you have a mother figure, I think that's wonderful. It's wonderful to show love and gratitude and appreciation in any way that we can. I know a lot of us are also, shout out to people who are dealing with toxic family dynamics. And maybe you're remothering yourself. I think a really beautiful way to reframe that is to go and spend time in the earth. The earth is everyone's mother. Maybe you have things, plants, animals, or connections that you are mothering to. You can also honor that as well. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Whatever it is that you do or don't choose to observe, we can all reconnect to the earth, the OG mother. All right, she was very present with us today. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.